So, in my quiet time today, I was praying and I was asking God to show me what I needed to hear, but also what message it was that I needed to share today. And what coming through was that people were experiencing an overwhelming amount of unease and maybe fear. And I really felt that the question that I needed to ask is, where is your trust? If you truly believe that you are always being taken care of, then what doubt are you experiencing that that fact is actually true? You've heard me ask these things before. If you knew you were being taken care of, how would you be living your life? If you knew that everything was going to be okay, what would you be doing different? And so when we are not in a place of complete trust, then we feel like we have to control the given situation in which we find ourselves. So I know that when I look out and I see things going on in the world and I see things going on in my life that are out of my control, I have found that I have to release the fear of the unknown, right? So when we release that fear of the unknown, we come into a place of either trust or not trust, either believing in something bigger or not, even either believing in a God or not believing in a God. And so the scripture talks about to have faith, to believe, and not doubt, right? And that is so hard. So many times our mind goes to the place of worst case scenario. We don't necessarily, we're not conscious that that is where we go, okay? That we're not conscious in our thoughts of those exact words. We're not conscious of the fact that we think, well, that always happens, so that is bound to happen again. Worst case scenario, right? We always think of the bad that can happen in a situation instead of what is the best possible outcome in this thing? What's the best possible thing that could happen in my given situation that I am currently experiencing? Let's say that there's a conversation that you need to have with a family member, maybe about how you felt mistreated or misunderstood. And any time that you have tried to address a particular topic, you're always met with defensiveness, or they always are arguing with you about something or dismissing how you felt, okay? Dismissing your perception of their intent with you, okay? So your perception of their intent is your truth, right? So let's say you felt attacked, you felt dismissed, you felt that they weren't hearing what you were saying, okay? And when you go to explain that to them and try to come to an understanding in this situation, you're met with, well, that wasn't what I was doing. Well, I didn't mean that. Well, this is what I meant. And you're overreacting. I've done that before. I've done that before in talking with my kids about things. So what happens, right? You try to explain away your dismissiveness to the person that felt belittled or whatever. So in this situation where you are trying to explain how you felt and you're dismissed, that is, their truth is different than yours, okay? But in voicing that opinion, in voicing that frustration, then in turn, you're at least getting that out of your system, okay? How about if you actually go at it with, I'm coming to you with this, and I know that you're going to understand what I'm saying. How about believing that instead of being met with dismissiveness or belittlement or whatever, how about believing that when you bring a subject up to talk about, knowing that you're wanting in your heart understanding, knowing that you're wanting the best possible outcome, that that's what you're going to receive. So what I have found a lot of times is that when whatever I'm expecting to be met with, that's what I'm going to be met with. Either I'm trusting the situation or I'm not. And so am I going into it with fear of, trying to bring this back around to my original point, am I going to be met in this situation fearing the bad that could happen, or am I going to trust that it's going to be okay? Am I going to trust that we're going to work it out? Am I going to, I don't know how, and it's okay to not know how, but am I going to trust that there's something bigger at play? There is something bigger. There is a God that is taking care of me. There is a God that is taking care of that other person. There is a God that is taking care of the situation that I am in, and that I'm going to be okay. When I stuff down the way I'm feeling about something, and when I stuff down pain and fear and frustration, and I don't ever voice it, that's where pain and suffering and things set into the body. And so I guess what I want to leave you with today is really sit with yourself and ask yourself, do I really trust that I'm being taken care of? Do I really trust that everything is going to be okay? May not be in the picture that I expect, but everything is going to be okay, ultimately. Ask yourself those questions. Sit with that. Don't answer quickly, okay? Don't answer that question very, oh yeah, I trust. Of course I trust God. Of course I trust that things are going to be okay. Look at your actions and look at how you're responding in life with each opportunity that is presented to you, with each circumstance and situation that is presented to you. How are you responding and how are you reacting? Because your actions and how you are living your life is the truth to that question. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that.